How do cultural biases influence seemingly objective facts? Imagine looking at the world through glasses that tint everything you see. Those glasses are like cultural biases. They shape how we interpret facts that seem neutral. When we think about facts, we often believe they are true for everyone. But in reality, cultural biases can influence what we see as true, how we understand it, and what we choose to focus on. Even facts that appear straightforward can be affected by the cultural context they come from or are received in. This means that, two people from different backgrounds might look at the same data and come to different conclusions. Cultural biases develop from our personal experiences, beliefs, and social backgrounds. These biases affect how we see reality and what we think is important. For example, in schools, teachers might unconsciously judge students differently based on their race, socioeconomic status, or cultural background. This can influence how they grade or discipline students, which then impacts the facts we see, like test scores or behavior reports. These facts might not be purely about ability or behavior but also about cultural perceptions. Biases can influence facts in several ways. First, what we choose to measure or study is often based on what our culture values. For instance, some cultures emphasize math and science, while others focus on arts or social skills. This shapes what data is collected and what conclusions are drawn. Second, how we interpret data depends on our cultural lens. Behaviors seen as respectful in one culture might look like disinterest in another. This can lead to misunderstandings and misrepresentations of facts. Institutional and systemic biases are also at play. Policies and practices in organizations are often shaped by cultural norms, which influence what facts are recorded and how they are used. For example, disciplinary actions in schools may disproportionately target certain groups, not because of actual behavior differences, but because of cultural biases embedded in the system. Unconscious or implicit biases also influence how facts are applied. Teachers might have lower expectations for some students without realizing it, which can affect their performance and the data about those students. This creates a cycle where biased perceptions influence facts, and those facts then reinforce stereotypes. Understanding how cultural biases shape facts is especially important for families who want to raise children with critical thinking skills. Parents can teach kids to question where facts come from, whose perspectives are included, and how cultural assumptions might influence information. This helps children see beyond surface-level facts and recognize that what they are told might be filtered through cultural lenses. Families can encourage open conversations about cultural differences and how they affect perceptions of facts. They can also help children value diverse backgrounds instead of seeing differences as problems. Teaching kids to recognize their own biases and question assumptions in the information they encounter builds awareness. Supporting educational practices that respect and include different cultures helps children see that facts are often shaped by context, not just raw data. By understanding that facts are not always purely objective, families committed to secular parenting can help children develop critical thinking skills. These skills include questioning sources, considering multiple viewpoints, and understanding that information is often influenced by cultural backgrounds. This approach helps children become thoughtful, fair-minded individuals who can navigate a world full of diverse perspectives with empathy and reason.